Hello, and welcome to this version of Church at Home. Father Ed Estock here.
Father Michael Pikosik.
Father Joshua Trefney.
And we are considering the 33rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. It's startling, I know. There are only 34 weeks of the church year, and so this means we are in the penultimate, the one before the last, and it seems remarkable, especially as far as time flies. The readings, therefore.
Yeah, we're coming up on the end times. As we approach the end of the liturgical year, we start to see more readings about what we would call apocalyptic kind of readings. So they're telling us about what is to come as the world comes to an end, and what to expect from the Lord and those kind of things. So we get a lot of imagery. St. Michael shows up in our first reading, and we have this image of the fig tree with Jesus and all this kind of stuff. So we're moving towards that.
Right. So distress seems to be the order of the day, at least to my ear. And so I'm wondering if, in fact, the purpose and the role and the function of faith might not be revealed best in distress. And
when does faith actually prove itself?
Right.
You know,
when does it kick in?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it's easy when times are good and you're in a period of consolation. God feels close. Everything's going well. It's easy to pray. The sun is shining.
Right.
It's very easy to praise God and to practice your faith or to have faith then.
Right.
As Crucifixion Day approaches, though, it's a different story.
Yeah, I mean, we see the apostles scatter pretty quickly when things get crazy.
Yes, the ebb and flow of the Paschal Mystery. You know, I belonged for a long time to a priest support group, and that was the framework for our discussion. Speak to all of us about a moment of a Good Friday moment, and then speak to us of a Easter Sunday moment.
Oh, that's nicer than we used to call them. We used to say, "Give me your happy and your crappy."
Right.
But crucifixion and resurrection sound much nicer.
Much more maybe priestly demeanor in there. Right. So, we might be discouraged by that, but maybe the purpose of the scriptures this week is to encourage us in the natural ebb and flow and almost the guaranteed progress or cyclical nature of the Paschal Mystery. You know, we call that the Paschal Mystery. It's the death and resurrection and ascension of Jesus Christ in them. So maybe the life, death, resurrection and ascension of Jesus Christ. So the mystery of his Christhood and his purpose as Redeemer. So I think maybe sometimes we don't go into the moments of delight in our lives and the moments of distress in our lives with this, the role of faith in the natural rotation.
And there's something, so Jesus brings up this fig tree, and he tells us that this is the fig tree you can see tells us what's coming next, right? When you see the fig tree kind of soften and green comes out, you can tell it's the next season is coming, right? And I think there's something true in that in us, that when we see change coming, we can do one of two things. We can be like the tree that starts to become more adaptable, to grow and change, to be more receptive to the light of God, right, in its life, and start to grow. Or we could be like it just stays brittle and hard, and then it cracks and shatters. You know, there's that whole, like, the willow bends with the wind and the oak snaps in the crazy storm. Like, we have a choice. Are we going to allow our faith to help us to grow and change and adapt in a difficult situation? Or are we going to stay brittle and harden our hearts, and then faith doesn't do anything for us?
Yeah, that's a beautiful biblical image. Of course, on kind of the 30,000 feet level or view of our lives of faith, the apocalyptic language of these scriptures might make us realize in every season of our lives, what is the purpose and the point, and what is God's purpose and point in my life, ultimately.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
Yeah, what is this all going to?
what is the Lord's kind of the universal will for the world, and the particular will for me in this moment? And that's part of our call to be good discerners in the world and life, but to even so in the distress, in the winter time, in the, as Father says, in the consolation times, or desolation time, that we don't lose our perspective, in the sense that God has abandoned me because I'm in a time of crucifixion. That would prove our faith to be, well, immature at least, and it would be an opportunity for God to grow us. So maybe we can do a little check on our.
Yeah, are we pointed in the right direction?
Mm-hmm.
Where is our end, and can we be adaptable and open to God moving in our lives as we try to get there?
Okay, great.
God bless you all.
Have a great week.
Church.